Okay, I'm in a really cute shop. I'm on my phone. I feel really bad doing this, but I want to show you around, and I'm going to show you a console that I love, love, love. And I'm going to go home and I'm going to create it myself. So this is going to be part 1 of 2 videos. All right, you ready? I'm going to turn this around. So this is this adorable shop. It's in black and white primarily, real neutrals. Mix in gorgeous woods and things like that. I just think it's so fab. Love this trestle table. The woods. Love being able to, this is like petrified wood, but I wanted you to see this over here. This is the console that I love. So it's teak. You don't see any wood showing in it. Okay, look, I can see the grain just a little bit. It's actually a little bit of a creamier color. Is that not so fab? All right, I want to see how much it is.
You let me know if we can help you with anything.
I will, thank you. So it's 11,478 wide, 28 by 30.
See if they can go pick all that stuff up. And then I've got to,
Yes, this is Amy Howard, and I'm with my partner in crime, Jean Howard. We just went into this adorable shop here in Florida. I buy stuff there all the time. It's so cute. But I have coveted this console, this teak console. And when I say covet, because y'all know me, I'm a curbside shopper. I'm a dumpster diver girl, and I love estate sales and I love garage sales. There's no way I could ever pay $11,000 for a console. Help me, Hannah. So I have gone in there and I have looked at it, and guess what? I found me a cheap old teak console. Didn't I, Jean Howard? So when I had shown Gene the price of it, he was like, okay, I'm on board. And then I had to find it. So then I was like going back by there today to be able to see the look of it. So you've got to watch the other video after this, if you didn't see it earlier, because it is divine. When I tell you divine, it's divine. All right, so I'm just going to show you. I'm going to turn this around. All right, I'm going to turn this around. Hey, Allison. Hey, Courtney. Hey, guys. As you pop on here, just say, hey, Amy, you're crazy, as always. All right, I just want to show you something. All right, so this is my cheap old console. Y'all are like, okay, doesn't it look like the one in the shop? It looks really close, if you saw that earlier. So, but here's the color of our walls. You see, they're plaster. And so I didn't want to have this. Hey, Michelle. Hey, girl. Hey, Lilia. I didn't want to have this color on here because it's too contrasty. So everything is just kind of white. And I need to be able to have it the color, that finish, like I saw in that shop. So, Jean, let's show everybody what we need to do.
So what we've got our Bauhaus buff, and I've poured it off into a container that's going to be easier to work from. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to water it down a little bit. So we're just going to add some tap.
So you're going to have this. We're working with one step, guys, and we'll tell you it's really important that this is the paint that you're working with to be able to get the look that we saw in that shop. And there's just continuing. It's reconnecting all the time.
So we're going to water this down, make it. Notice this finish that's on here. It's porous. If the finish, if it had been sealed and create a glaze, but since it's not sealed, we're not going to, and basically we're just going to do a brush on, but we do want to water it down. We don't need it thick, so we're making more of a heavy opaque stain.
Because I don't know if y'all go back on the video where we were showing you, you're going to see where the grain on the teak, you could barely kind of see it. And we want to be able to have that, but it really is more of an opaque finish. You don't need to use a regular acrylic base paint when you're trying to do a finish like this, because it has plastics and resins in it that's going to give it a gloss. Part of the beauty in getting a bleached teak look is you've got to work with a dead flat calcium carbonate paint. That's why the one-step paint, not the miracle paint, the one-step paint is perfect for this. So to do this project, we are going to use a chip brush, and we just use regular tap water. So Jen, what do we need to do as far as consistency?
I just probably have probably a third of a quart of paint, and then you saw what I've added. It's probably all of about two ounces of water.
Okay. Those of you that are popping on, this is my hack. I'm all about crafting a beautiful life and finding things that are cheap and creating something that was expensive. Okay, I want to be able to put this over here so that way they can see. Talk to people what you're doing.
Okay, what I'm doing is I'm applying this watered down, one-step Bauhaus buff, and you've got to work fast. I'm going to work starting top to bottom.
If you want to know how to get your honey to do a honeydew project, tell them you've got to do a Facebook Live. This has been out here, and I've told Jean, I was like, hey, babe, we've got to be able to do a Facebook Live on this. That way I knew I was going to get it done.
And it's got to be done fast.
So the reason it's if you're watching and kind of seeing the action and what he's doing, we've watered down the one step so much because I needed to make sure that I had a very durable finish, and at the same time be able to have a matte finish. So the beauty of this is it's teak. And it's got this reddish brown color to it, which did not go with the area and the decor that we wanted to be able to have. And it's really, to me, it's making this wood more beautiful. I can see it. I'm still seeing the grain in it. It's not an opaque finish. It's sheer. I'm able to kind of see it through like this. Isn't that pretty? But jeans, because when you're working with it as a glaze, you've got to work fairly quickly, and you've got to be able to keep a wet edge. That's really, really important. So you see how fast he's working? You're going to have to be able to take a section at a time to be able to work on it and then blend it in. That way you won't have, now look at this, let me go back through this. That way you don't have a stop and a start motion on it. And because this console, you're going to see, I'm going to pull back here again, the red just wasn't working with the wall that we had. And I showed you the one in the shop that I loved so much. That's why I was like, Jean, we can go on and create this gorgeous kind of Bauhaus buff glaze, thin it down with water. But the main key is what you're doing is being able to see how he's actually applying it. I think that's the key here for those of you that want to be able to create a finish like this. You've got to work fast, and you've got to be applying the glaze and then wiping it at the same time. So that way you're pulling the grain through, and then as it dries, it's actually going to go darker. Are you liking that, babe?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm trying to see if I can make it bigger. So now you can see the bottom. You see now, can we pull it? I want you to be able to do a little bit on the front, because here's what's going to happen. See when you go in, as far as like with the knots on the tree, like that, they're going to have a different consistency to them. They're going to absorb the one step just a little bit different, but can y'all see that? I'm going to do it like that. It's really, really pretty. It's really pretty. If I wanted to be able to make it a little bit more opaque, I can come back and add just a little bit more. Come up into this top section, babe, right there. I want them to be able to see as far as how to be able to apply it. Hey, Monica. Hey, Gail. As y'all pop on here, say hey. We are, we're enjoying this glorious weather here in Florida. It's so pretty outside. It's such a great time to be able to work outside on your porch on projects. One thing, guys, when you're working with a one step, please, 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 you see what we've got down? We put down a drop cloth because the drop cloth is going to protect your surface below because, guys, the one step, once it gets in, it's there, especially in your clothes. That's why you can paint clothes with the one step. But I love the one step because, hey, Jane, because it's going to give me that dead flat finish. Now, look at that. Can you start to see the base of it? Jane, thank you, girl. The base of it as it's starting to kind of transform from that color. Guys, I'm going to be so excited. Here's my light fixture above it, and you saw how the red with, the gray on my doors and the light fixture, the red was just too much. I needed this to be able to go this really pretty white. We're using Bauhaus over here by my door. Bauhaus Buff One Step. And we've created a glaze. You can go back and watch the beginning of the video. Jean, again, tell everybody the percentage-wise of the amount of water we used.
I poured out about a third of a quart of the one step, and I've used about 2 or 3 ounces of water. And you can, as you do this, you can adjust. You can add some more water or add some more paint to your mix, depending on what you need.
Look at that. Are y'all not in love with that? It looks so pretty with my gray door. Here's the deal. A lot of times people will say, why are you ruining something? I don't feel that I'm ruining it. I feel like I am making it to where it's going to be prettier with my decor. And in that sense, I'm enjoying it and it's bringing me joy. Then it's a good thing. So our buddy Martha, I'll have to get over here as far as just a little bit closer. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Oh my gosh, girl, I miss you. I hope you're doing good and enjoying your... Jean's going to continue to work on this, having your to get over here closer to the house, same because of my Wi-Fi. But Jean is going to continue to work on this so that way I can have my reveal and show y'all what it's going to look like. So, stay tuned. Okay, y'all are going to think this is really funny. It's pitch dark out here now. We're on our front porch. I've come out here twice to ask Gene, don't you want to eat supper? He's like, no. I'm like, honey, it's time. Like, we missed sunset. He's like, look, I'm going to finish my job. So I got to just give a shout out to Gene Howard for wanting to finish his job. So, literally, it's pitch dark, and we've got one little light over where he's working. But here's the good thing. We're able to be to a point that we can see what it's going to look like with this first coat, and I want you to just be able to see it. So hold on. Let me turn this around. Look, it's pitch dark outside. Are y'all like us? The temperature is actually pretty nice as far as working. So you can kind of see, this is my tree root teak console. If you've been watching, hey Maggie from Jacksonville, you're a Florida neighbor. So you need to go back and watch the video that I did of the shop, the cute. Go back and watch that video. So now, hey babe, tell everybody.
Or somebody.
No.
No, it's what I found is if I thinned the one step paint with water a little more, because as you know, I've got an open container of one step, and so it'll thicken over time as it sits out, as the air gets to it. So I continued to add a little splash of water as I went along. It made made the paint go on easier, especially down in all the grooves of this root and everything, and keeps it more uniform. and makes it much easier to blend. So I just kept adding just a little water as I went along, and when you do a project like this, you'll see what works by, a little more, a little less water. But I'm very pleased with how it's turned out.
You've done a fantastic job. So now, can we just do this? I want everybody to see. It's going to be a lot prettier tomorrow once. All right, so we're looking at the top, babe. Can you do a section? This is our first coat. We're going to do, we want to be able to have a little bit more opacity. And so we're going to add a little bit more of our glaze. Sorry, I got the tree limb over here.
And be sure to let this dry before you put your second coat on here, because you don't want it to double process.
And it dries pretty quickly though, doesn't it, honey?
Yeah. It's outside, it dries real quick.
So now this is our second coat. This is our glaze that we've made up. And you see how quickly he's working. Now, one thing you're going to notice when you go in to put on the second coat, one, you're going to have better coverage. It's going to go on faster because it's not going to be absorbing down into the teak as much. And, hey, Lori.
Notice also I'm just kind of going back over it a little bit because I did from the rag.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Lori. Hey, guys. We love you guys. Oh my goodness, there's just been so much going on in our life and children, and I've got to do some posts and let y'all know just kind of where we are. And we are fixing up our house here in Florida. I love being able to see that, babe, so I can see that lighter color. See how we're getting more opacity here, which is good. Now, this is going to dry down again. Somebody was asking me earlier, do you have to wax it? No. The whole point of this is we wanted to have a very matte finish on this gorgeous teak tree console. Basically, this is a root and just the tree in its natural form. It hasn't been made into a piece of furniture. We're using it as a console because I found my inspiration. And guys, y'all know that's my whole philosophy of finding something that's not affordable and making it affordable by doing it yourself. So I'm going to see if I can get a link so I can tell you where I got this and how we are going through the process as far as changing out this light color, because the red just did not work in our entry. So I want to go down on here a little bit more so that way you can see it, because I'm going to be so pleased. It's going to go down a little bit darker, and we're going to be able to tell more of that in the morning. So great job, Jean Howard.
Thank you.
So anyway, stay tuned. We're going to let this dry down, and then I'm going to make sure Jean gets some supper, and then that way we'll put another coat on it tomorrow, and we can do our big reveal. Hey, good morning, guys. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are living. Mine is absolutely glorious today. I'm going to show you the sunshine. It's just beautiful. And I woke up this morning and I was just like, Jean, you are the best husband ever. You worked so hard last night. You did such a good job, and I am so grateful. And so I cannot take any of the credit for this. I want you to know that I just have a really great husband. And I had my motives. My motives were pure, but I knew when I'd had the console out there for the longest, I was like, honey, we got to do a Facebook Live. I've got to be able to show people this console. So he was like, no, I'm thrilled. And it's so funny. We got our coffee. We went outside this morning, and he was like, I'm just really proud of what I did. And I said, well, I'm just proud of what you did. So think about it. If you can get a partner in crime, maybe it's not your husband, maybe it's a really good friend. You can help each other do projects. I'm going to try to get a link as far as where to be able to get more of these consoles. So those of you that love this teak tree root console. So I'm going to turn this around. I'm inside my house. I'm going to open the door because I want you to see. Now, let me say this. It's not finished. I've got a plan, but I thought I don't need to style it and get all my stuff to go on it because y'all are going to go, are you going to give us the reveal, Amy, or what? So as you pop on here, hey, Tracy, you're just in our Bible study. Hey, Debbie, hey, Nancy, hey, Leah, hey, Cindy, hey, Laura, hey, everybody. As you pop on here, just say, hey, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, my gosh, I'm going crazy. I'm going to give away, if you'll share this video, and you can tag some friends in it, I'm going to give away a can of Bauhaus Buff and a beautiful brush to be able to do this project on. And it'll just make it that much more fun. It's just a little happy. Hey, Debbie. So, all right, are you ready? I'm going to open this door. We're going to go out here. Oh, my gosh. This weather is absolutely divine. I have to turn this around and show you. Look at this. Is this beautiful? Now, there's a little bit of construction going on. But it is just, look at that sky. Look at that. Is that just the bluest sky? It almost looks fake. It's so pretty. All right. So are y'all ready? Here you go. Here you go, Sue from England. Good morning. So here's my console. Now, I have to come back far enough so you can kind of see as far as the door. Those of you that were watching yesterday, I had this console that comes into the entry to our little pied-à-terre here. And it was red, and I had seen this one in a shop, and it was so cute. Look at this. Look at the finish. Now, you can see a little bit of the grain. Let me come back here. But it allows you to be able to see it now. See how much better it goes with the wall, and it goes with my door that I was doing. So if you've kind of watched us through the whole progress, you'll be able to see how we got this look. And it's very, very simple. Guys, it's so simple. I think I can kind of zoom. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? Now, I will tell you, I plan on doing a very large mirror above it. And I really think having it kind of in a washy white with some gold leaf is going to be really pretty. Well, Robin, aren't you just the sweetest? I'll have to tell Gene that. That'll just make him so happy. Look at this. Can you see kind of the detail on it? We didn't make ours quite as opaque because we wanted to be able to have a little bit of that wood showing through. So at least the great thing was it gave us the opportunity for me to be able to have this console to where it looked like the one that was inspiring me. And here's the thing that I want you to remember, guys. As far as, I'll turn this around to be able to look at you. Here's what I want you to remember. Part of my MO has always been finding inspiration in things that I can't afford. And whether it's a piece of art or whether it's a piece of furniture or whatever, it's like, so I start dissecting and reverse engineering of how I can get that look. And I think that's why that's the thrill of the hunt. It's just finding things that are cheap or inexpensive or free and how I can change it to be able to make it into something beautiful that I can enjoy in my home. So part of the pride that we'll have in this is that Gene did it. We'll talk about how he stayed out here way past dark and he could hardly see, and then got up this morning and saw it, and it was beautiful. And those little things sprinkled all throughout our homes is what makes it so beautiful. When you open that door and when you invite someone in, it's like, these are things that I love, and I love you, and I want to love on you in my home. So that's my philosophy. Our homes for women is an extension of ourselves. And so when we invite people in, it's to me, it's a way of loving on them. So I'll turn this back around again so that way you can see as far as the whole piece. That's the whole piece from a distance. I've just got to be able to get a great looking mirror to be able to go above it now. And I'm going to probably keep it with just creams, whites, and a little bit of gold leaf. And that little guy will have a sweet home right here at the entry to our little pied-à-terre. I love you guys. Thanks for following along with us. It's been so much fun.